Australia just got its hands on the first AS9 Huntsman self-propelled howitzer from South Korea. And if you're a defense enthusiast, this is a big deal. The Huntsman is a beast. Based on South Korea's battle-tested K9 Thunder, it packs a 155mm gun that can lob shells up to 60 kilometers with specialized rounds. And of course, Australians being, well, Australian, named the system after one of the cutest arachnids from down under, the Huntsman spider. Holy I hate spiders, and I definitely hate Australian spiders. Everybody's trying to be a prankster today. Hey friends, Wes here, defense analyst and multi-branch veteran. And could Ukraine get either the K9 Thunder or the Huntsman anytime soon? You might be surprised. But first, let's talk about specs. The K9 Thunder and the AS9 Huntsman are nearly identical, with the AS9 being an Australian variant of this South Korean self-propelled howitzer. Sharing the same chassis, turret, and main armament, both feature 155mm L-52 howitzer capable of firing standard and advanced NATO artillery shells. With base rounds, they have a range of about 40 kilometers, but extended range shells can push that beyond 50 kilometers. Both use an 8-cylinder diesel engine at approximately 1,000 horsepower and hydro-pneumatic suspension for maneuverability across rough terrain. They both feature advanced automatic fire control systems, GPS navigation, and digital battlefield integration. The Huntsman is operated with a standard crew of 4 to 5 personnel. Our Aussie friends have a much longer barrel on the Huntsman than the American towed artillery, forcing me to go buy a Corvette to compensate for my little, inadequate M777 howitzer. Although it's not the size that matters, or so I'm told. This delivery kicks off a $788 million contract signed in 2021 between Canberra and Hanwha Defence Australia. Over the next few years, 30 Huntsman howitzers and 15 AS10 armored resupply vehicles will roll out of the Hanwha Armored Vehicle Center of Excellence in Geelong. The whole fleet should be in service by 2027. Australia's transition from the American towed M777 to the Huntsman is a big leap in firepower, mobility, and survivability. The M777, while light and easy to airlift, lacks the armor and the mobility of self-propelled systems, making it vulnerable to counter battery fire and drones alike. The Huntsman solves that problem by allowing fire and move tactics, also called shoot and scoot, reducing the window for enemy retaliation. One of the Huntsman's standout features is its firepower. Equipped with a 155mm 52 caliber gun, it can fire 3 rounds in 15 seconds and sustain a rate of 6 to 8 rounds per minute, almost double the sustained rate of older artillery systems. When using specialized rounds, it can hit targets up to 60 kilometers away, vastly increasing its reach compared to the M777's 18 to 22 kilometer range. Built on a tracked chassis, the Huntsman can maneuver across rough terrain while keeping up with mechanized forces. This means it can reposition quickly after firing, a necessity in modern artillery warfare where counter-battery radar systems make stationary positions a death sentence. Unlike towed artillery, which requires setup time before firing, the Huntsman can stop, fire, and relocate within mere minutes. Survivability is also significantly improved. The AS9's features, reinforced armor, and protection against anti-tank mines is a crucial upgrade given the increasing use of loitering munitions and artillery duels in modern warfare. Crews benefit from enhanced protection inside a fully enclosed cabin, unlike the exposed positions of towed artillery teams. Also, the system includes an advanced fire control system from Koenigsberg, which allows for greater accuracy, faster target acquisition, and seamless integration with NATO allies. Climate adaptability was a key factor in the Huntsman's modifications for Australia. Unlike its South Korean predecessor, the Huntsman is built to handle extreme heat and desert environments, featuring improved air conditioning and upgraded cooling systems to keep both the crew and the electronics functioning optimally in high temperatures. The Huntsman doesn't operate alone. Its companion vehicle, the AS-10 Armored resupply vehicle, automates much of the reloading process, reducing crew exposure and increasing operational efficiency. This pairing ensures a sustained rate of fire over extended engagements, something that will be vital in future conflicts, where rapid and sustained artillery barrages can decide battles. But when compared to towed artillery, there are some downsides. Self-propelled artillery is significantly more expensive to acquire, maintain, and operate compared to towed artillery. The Huntsman requires constant fuel supply to remain operational, making logistics slightly more complex compared to the lightweight, manually towed M777. Then again, the M777's towing vehicle needs fuel also. At nearly 52 tons, the Huntsman requires specialized transport and may not be as easily deployed by air as the M777, which can be sling-loaded by helicopters. The Huntsman's tracked chassis, engine, and automated systems require more frequent maintenance and specialized personnel to keep them operational. On the flip side, towed artillery like the M777 howitzer have several key advantages. In just over 4 tons, the M777 can be transported by helicopters like the CH-47 Chinook, making it ideal for rapid deployments and airborne operations. Towed howitzers are cheaper to procure, maintain, and operate, making them a cost-effective option for sustained artillery fire. Since it doesn't rely on an engine or fuel, the M777 can be transported using standard trucks and requires less logistical support than a self-propelled system. And the M777 is highly accurate and compatible with GPS-guided shells like the M982 Excalibur, capable of hitting targets up to 40 kilometers away. So which is better? Well, for fast-moving, high-intensity warfare like Ukraine's conflict, self-propelled artillery like the Huntsman is superior due to its mobility, its rapid response, and its survivability. For airborne operations, expeditionary forces, or budget-conscious militaries, the M777 remains a valuable option due to its lower cost, ease of transport, and long-range precision capabilities. So what about the lessons from Ukraine? Here's where things get interesting. Ukraine's war has been a real-world laboratory for artillery combat, and the results speak for themselves. Highly mobile, self-propelled systems like the German PZH-2000 and the French Caesar have been crucial for Ukraine's shoot-and-scoot tactics. The Huntsman, with its mobility and range, fits right into that mold. One of the biggest takeaways from Ukraine's artillery battles is the importance of mobility and survivability. Fixed positions are death traps in modern warfare, with counter-battery radars and drones making it easier than ever to track and destroy stationary guns. Ukraine has used a mix of self-propelled howitzers and towed systems, with the latter proving increasingly vulnerable under Russia's constant surveillance. The Huntsman's ability to move immediately after firing gives it a key advantage in avoiding counterstrikes. The war has also shown us the need for sustained resupply. Ukraine's artillery units burn through thousands of shells daily, making logistics a crucial factor in effectiveness. The Huntsman, paired with the AS-10 resupply vehicle, offers a semi-automated system that speeds up the reloading process and reduces crew exposure. This approach mirrors what Ukraine has been forced to do manually, keeping artillery constantly mobile and well supplied to avoid destruction. Another critical lesson is interoperability. Ukraine has received artillery from multiple countries, leading to a mix of calibers, fire control systems, and logistical needs. The Huntsman's compatibility with NATO standard munitions ensures it can integrate seamlessly into Allied operations, something that's been a challenge for Ukraine's forces juggling different platforms. Given Australia's recent military aid to Ukraine, including Bushmaster armored vehicles, could the Huntsman be next on the list? Well, there's no official talk yet. Ukraine's growing need for advanced self-propelled artillery means it wouldn't be a surprise to me if Kyiv made an inquiry. Besides, what better way to quality test your new artillery than to throw that into battle against the Russians? But the real reason why either the K9 Thunder or the Huntsman might end up in Ukraine is the ending of US military support. Ukraine will need Europe and Australia to step up now more than ever. With South Korea ramping up production of its K9 Thunder and Australia manufacturing the Huntsman domestically, there's a clear supply chain ready to support such a move. If Ukraine were to receive Huntsmans in the future, It would provide a much-needed boost to its long-range firepower and reinforce its ability to conduct fast, precise strikes against Russian positions. Australia's artillery modernization isn't just about upgrading firepower. It's about reshaping how the Australian Army fights. The shift to self-propelled systems means rethinking logistics, resupply tactics, and even command structures. Meanwhile, Ukraine has been relentless in its securing cutting-edge artillery from Western allies. If Australia were to transfer even a handful of Huntsman artillery down the road, they'd slot seamlessly into Ukraine's evolving arsenal. For now, Australia is focusing on integrating the Huntsman into its own forces. But as we've seen with military aid in this war, today's national defense asset can quickly become tomorrow's frontline reinforcement. And if Ukraine eventually fields the Huntsman, it'll be another sign of just how globalized modern warfare has become. Crikey! That's it for today, friends. Subscribing really helps the channel grow and helps me keep making videos like this. And as always, glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Crimea is Ukraine.